among this, one should sort of choose the ones which have feasibility and technologically validated at certain micro level. And it is in this context that the developments of University of Minnesota come to the fore, because they are, in principle, they're well validated at the industrial scale. So to understand more on what exactly this issue is about and how this project actually came about, it started sometime in March 2019 when IIT Bombay invited Professor David Pui of University of Minnesota. He is actually a very long time worker in the area of aerosols and fine particles. He is actually one of the co-founders of particle sizing instrument, and which resulted in the concept of PM 2.5, for example. So he gave a lecture on green technologies for sustainable environment. And he, having been the architect of the tower that is set up in China, the Xi'an Tower, the 60-meter high tower in the city of Xi'an, which was actually published in journals. This particular initiation led to the initiation of our interaction with them and setting up of the tower. After his presentation, he actually met the chief of Central Pollution Control Board, where it was indicated that IIT Bombay and Minnesota should go ahead with examining, set up a proposal for examining the feasibility of setting up a tower in Delhi. And as you see, the basic rationale for it comes from the deteriorating air quality that is in our Indian cities. In fact, it is said that the 49 of the 50 most polluted cities come in Asia. And if you see the pollution level in Delhi over the past few years, even the annual average has been well above in fact, a factor of 2 more than the annual permissible limit. There is, of course, a very big Indian indoor pollution problem, which we are not addressing because it comes under a separate category of strategies and technologies. As you can see, a household in typical rural Indian household is full of smoke. And this also has to be addressed as a part of improving the health conditions of the population. And of course, the COVID-19 brought into the fore, it unfolded at an unimaginable scale the impact of bioaerosol hazard, which is another topic of interest. It was in 2019 when the Delhi pollution was severe. The Supreme Court was seized with the issue, and in fact, Supreme Court directed the concerned agencies to establish the smog towers, which was based on the proposal that was made by IIT Bombay. And it is at that point in time that this project took off, and a team was formed, and Tata Projects Limited came into agreed to be a part of this project for the purpose of installing the tower, and underwent several discussions with the University of Minnesota, and a final proposal was put up. So in summary, this collaboration has resulted now in a project which introduces outdoor air cleaning as a concept in India for the first time. It's a paradigm shifting concept. However, we must have a perspective that cleaning, it is not for cleaning the cities. Cleaning the city is a different concept. This is to create clean air zones in areas where people confluence, where there are large density of population. The choice of the facility is in terms of scale and type. It's a medium scale PM 2.5 removal device based on a tower of 20 meters height. It uses the principle of filtration and driven by fans, and it has a clean air delivery rate of the order of 1,000 meter cube per second. It is a multi-institutional collaboration involving Tata Projects, IIT Bombay, IIT Delhi, University of Minnesota, funded by Central Pollution Control Board, as well as the Delhi Pollution Control Committee. It is expected to be installed by June 2021. And then after, a pilot study of its impact will be conducted by IIT Bombay between June 2021 and June 2023, approximately at a cost of about 22 crores. Now, why concern for PM 2.5? PM 2.5 is basically particulate mass concentration contained in the size below 2.5 micrometers. It is not particles of the size 2.5, but all particles below 2.5, because the anthropogenic aerosols or pollutants created, they cover a very wide spectrum. And why importance on this 2.5? Well, 2.5, in a way, it's approximately a size below which the large part of the fraction of the aerosols do deposit in the lung. So its clinical, its physical reason is lung deposition model, which is shown here, that particles around, there is a peaking of deposition in the alveolar and trachobronchial region at 2.5 and below. That is one reason. And the second reason is the fact that there exists overwhelming epidemiological data which imputes PM 2.5 and not larger particles for a variety of health effects. And this is a very strong and compelling reasons for regulating and controlling PM 2.5. As seen in this figure, you can see the red dots actually are PM 2.5 particles. So this is a simulation result which shows predominant deposition does occur in the pulmonary region. However, where does the air cleaning systems, they stand among the various control strategies that one should adopt? If you look at the ultimate solution is actually source and emission control and regulatory enforcement and compliance. However, such regulations may take a long time, especially in countries like India. So there must be some alternative mix of strategies as techno paradigms. And this is where large-scale technologies could be, as a concept, could be introduced as specific solutions for severity reduction among a mixed bag of portfolio of strategies. This is not the only strategy, but should be explored necessarily. And to offer clean air zone in regions where large number of people live or assemble, such as, for example, transport hubs, housing societies, marketplaces, sensitive locations involving hospitals and schools, playgrounds, parks, and you can actually optimize the places where one would like to deploy such large-scale technologies. So what are the concepts or what are the principles which you use? Generally, particles have a very different removal mechanisms as compared to gases. Simple exchanges of science doesn't work. It involves various principles such as inertial impaction, governed by Stokes number, diffusion governed by Schmidt number, sedimentation, gravitational sedimentation, interception, and artificially induced electrical attraction. And all these principles are utilized in existing industrial units such as cyclones, bag filters, electrostatic precipitators, the well-known high-efficiency particulate air, that is HEPA filtration system, and also sprays and smoke guns. And they have different ranges and different concentrations at which they are useful. However, HEPA filter is one system which is useful across all size ranges. And that is why filtration, therefore, is a guarantor of removal, whereas others have ranges. And it can be so designed, a filtration system, that its least efficient collection efficiency itself can be made more than 99%. And this is by a combination of the matrix as well as the geometrical arrangement, such as pleating of the filters. The figure on the right side shows the amount of dust collected, for example, in the Xi'an Tower. It can hold very large dust capacities. And the figure shows the collection efficiency graph. This is typical, where the lowest efficiency it can be more than 90%, for example. And if you compare the various air cleaner technologies, indoor technologies, you can see from the red plot here, the filter-based systems always work the best and they have the highest removal rates. In addition to the conventional filter, one can impart electrostatic charges at the stage of manufacturing of the filter fibers. These are called charged fiber filters, specially designed. They have a very high dust holding capacity. And 3M company is well known for making such filters. And these are some of the filters they make. When we say it is of the MERV 14, MERV is the minimum efficiency reporting value, and a quality 14 is actually an index. Higher the number, more efficient it is. So MERV 14 is typically useful in all indoor air cleaning devices. And the kind of filters that one would require for an outdoor air cleaners is is a phenomenal. You need about 9,600 filters for a medium scale device, covering an area of 16,000 meters square by pleating, and it can hold up to about 80 or even more gram per meter square dust capacity. Its minimum efficiency can be as low, it will be about 80, but after certain operation, it steadies at around 80%. And if you look at these aerosol collection filters are in a way wonders. You see, they are extremely porous. They, unlike water filters, they are only 7% solidity, but still they collect with more than 90% efficiency. And they are just about a millimeter or less thick. And the effective, they're made up of fine fibers, and finer the fiber, higher is its capability to capture smaller particles. So about 10 to 20 microns is often used. And most importantly, they're very, very low pressure drop systems because of the high porosity, and they have less than a millimeter level of water pressure drop under typical operation conditions. Now, if having introduced the filters is the mechanism of trapping particles, one has to have several considerations for scaling and the kind of type of air cleaner that is required. So there are questions like the Xi'an tower is considered to be an updraft unit where the air is released at the top. So whether we should go for updraft versus downdraft, we should note that the top release will not be effective in the vicinity of air cleaner systems. So in populous cities where one would first like to clean the areas around the tower, this may not be very useful. And also it is difficult to evaluate the performance as the estimate of its range is very difficult. Considering all this, an option was made to choose the downdraft with ground level release systems. Then there is a question of the energy that will drive the flows, whether solar energy buoyancy driven versus fan driven. The Xi'an unit is actually a solar energy driven, so there is no cost of operation. However, the buoyancy driven system may be energy efficient, but it is highly uncertain, especially during winter or night times when you need to drive, especially winter when you need to drive significant air, then it may not be operating at all. So to be very definite, as a first venture, it was decided to go for fan driven systems because it guarantees flow. Now, of course, the question of the scale, whether medium or large scale, considering the difficulty of land availability, construction and operational costs, and a first-time venture, it was decided to go for a medium scale at moderate costs. And the figure at the bottom is the TPL designed tower that is going to be installed. Much more you will hear from TPL itself on this tower. Now, how do we measure or rate an air cleaner? How do we say this air cleaner is relatively better as per design as compared to another? The quantity of technical importance is what is called as the clean air delivery rate, which has the unit of flow rate, meter cube per hour. However, it is not just the flow rate. It is the product of the air flow rate and the particulate matter removal efficiency. This concept was developed by the Association of Home Appliances, basically to qualify indoor air purifiers. And we believe that the same concept is applicable or useful even for outdoor air purifiers. So when somebody says he has a technology for outdoor air cleaning, the first question one should ask is, what is your CADR? If particle removal efficiency is 0, even if you have very high flow, it's not effective. So the CADR is said to be 0. CADR has an application in the indoor concept because it is actually the rate constant of decay. So if you estimate the rate constant experimentally, you can actually determine the CADR from the very decay characteristics. However, in the outdoor concept, it cannot be done. You have to do it actually by multiplying the flow rate by the intrinsic efficiency. Typically, the indoor air purifiers have a low CADR, about 300 meter cube per hour, which of course is very, very small as compared to what we would require for an outdoor. So how do we decide on what level of outdoor air CADR is required? For this, we did certain level of so-called first principle simulation on an idealized terrain. Just to get an estimate, you can have certain model of airflow in the outer environment by considering the dispersion and the fluid flow as a simple flow without using actually the Navier-Stokes equation. One can get certain level of solutions by dispersion theory. And that estimate was used, which says that if you go for a medium scale of an area of about 1 kilometer square for cleaning, you would need a clean air delivery rate of the order of 1,000 meter cube per second. And this is actually an underlying reason one chooses a order of flow of the order of 1000 meter cube per second at a collection efficiency or removal efficiency of about 90% or so. So the tower was designed with those parameters in mind, and you will hear more about the tower dimensions later. Now, having understood the basis for the choice of the air cleaning system that is being built at both Anand Vihar and Connaught Place, certain intrinsic characteristics are worth understanding. What level of pressure drops are involved? Because we have to design fans for drawing that much of air, and fans operate on pressure drops. So one needs certain level of calculations, which has been done by University of Minnesota, and we have been able to reproduce these calculations also. You can compute the pressure drops at various stages of the tower, starting with its opening at bell mouth to the level of discharge at the fan bottom level, and the estimate is about 280 pascals, about an inch of water. With all margins, pressure drop, the fans have to be chosen as to deliver 1000 meter cube per second across a pressure drop of about 373 pascals. The theoretics is given here, basically very standard pressure loss coefficient based calculations with the certain porous media models for filters. So a kind of an estimate, operational estimate, therefore, is that if you start with 1000 meter cube per second at a certain pollutant load level of, let's say, 350 microgram per meter cube in winter and about 150 microgram per meter cube in other seasons, at about 50 to 70% RH. And if you operate for over a period of 6 months, you would have certain marginal drop in performance. From 1000, it may come to about 850 meter cube per second, and the pressure drop also is going to build up. So this kind of considerations actually are the ones on which the replacement strategies have to be evolved. And this is just more on this will be mentioned by Dr. Sahu. And the simple theoretics also tells us that this is a feasible technology. It can give you at least 500 meter cleaning at about 25% level at moderate as well as winter type wind conditions. But of course, this is an ideal only feasibility estimate. The real theoretics will be based on the CFD models, which will be mentioned soon. So to sum up the background, the present study is only a beginning. In the limited future, design-based improvement is absolutely necessary, and this improvement should be in the scale, in the combination of ideas, which involves maybe filters and maybe other concepts, cost and efficiency optimization. All these have to be explored. So this is actually a beginning to develop more R&D on this subject. And right now we have really achieved a capacity building experience. We have perhaps the best known university on this air pollution technologies has been tied up with. We have the best team involving the Tata Projects Limited, and it's an excellent private-public partnership venture. However, there are questions that this has prompted. This question has been asked by Supreme Court also. Can we go for multiple air cleaning systems to cover the city? Can you calculate how many towers would be required? Whether such questions are meaningful or not need to be debated among the community. And such debate, this project creates such debates. And can this form part of the residential township architecture, for example, like many other architectures, clean air delivery devices? So these are some of the important food for thought for the future. I thank all of you for listening to this, my talk. Thank you.
Yeah, we are very thankful to you, sir. And similarly, on the similar lines, we can move on to the next presenter also. So, yeah, so I would like to invite the next presenter to show upon their ideas about the project, about the Smog Tower project, which is a joint collaboration between Tata Projects and IIT Bombay.
So I'm not able to share my screen. Can you, I think Professor Maya, you have to stop sharing a screen.
Yeah.
How is it?
Yeah.
Can the organizer unshare me?
Just a second.
I will try.
Yeah. We can do it. 1 second.
Yeah.
Can I share now? I think.
Yes, sir, you
Yes.
can share it now.
Is my slides visible?
Yeah, sure.
Yes.
It's visible. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So give me a second. I will bring it. Yeah. I don't know how to. Okay. So good morning everyone, and good. Thank you, Professor Maya, for giving a very nice background about why we need different types of air cleaning technology and what are the feasibility options, and it gave a very important background how the project gets started. So thank you for that, and so I'm going to continue where you left so that the public can get a very nice idea how we are approached scientifically. It's not just a idea, it's how in depth we are going to solve this problem, understand the problem so that we can come up with future ideas so that we can solve these important air quality problems around India. So the outline of my presentation, I am going to give a brief introduction and the different air pollution control strategy. Then I'll talk about the air cleaning system and mechanisms of cleaning, about the system we are putting in Delhi. Then I'll talk about how we are going to, in reality, going to evaluate the performance by deploying various instruments. Then how we are doing the modeling of the system and optimization approach so that we can utilize this tool in future to determine how many number of towers required and what are the different types of considerations need to be considered while designing a tower. Okay. So now coming to the introduction, I think Professor Maya has given already a very nice background. Why PM 2.5? Why the particulate matter less than 2.5 micrometer? These are very hazardous from health point of view. So apart from that, the outdoor air pollution is a major threat to not only to health, it is a major threat to economy, ecology, and climate, and many different things. And most of the developing countries are now struggling from the air quality issues, especially in terms of the particulate matter of different sizes. The right-hand figure I am showing here, this shows the air pollution coming from the different sources. The color codes indicate the pollution sources are from the power plant, industrial coal, transportation, distributed diesel, residential biomass, brick production, and many more of sources are present. But this we can see the major sources are coming from the power plant, industrial coal, residential biomass, and so on. So there are various level of impact from different sources depending on where is the receptor. Okay. And Professor Maya already discussed some of the things. So I'm going to really outline here what are the different control strategy we adopt for air pollution control. One important aspect is the source control. Source control means the place where the pollutants are emitted. For example, you have a power plant where you are burning the coal to generate the energy, and there you can change the fuel and raw materials, you can change the emissions. Similarly, you can change or eliminate the process steps which are very much essential for producing these pollutants. Also, you can control at the source. And this is one of the most effective approach. And the second approach is the air quality regulations. Air quality regulations is basically you are putting strict regulations on the industries and the various operations so that they have to limit their control of emissions to the pollutants, to the atmosphere. And the third important aspect here is basically end of pipe control treatment. This means installing the control devices in the power plant or in the thing before it is released to the atmosphere. That is called end of pipe control treatment. And Professor Maya discussed about various types of instruments available, devices such as filtration, ESP, gravity settlers, many more. And then once the particulate matter or the pollutants comes out to the atmosphere, then how we want to control. This is where the outdoor air cleaning system comes into picture. And this is outdoor air cleaning system is a very noble concept as a possible option among various portfolio of control strategy that can be adopted to solve this urban air pollution. And again, we are saying that this outdoor air cleaning system, this is the first of a kind we are installing in India for the first time. And it is in a perspective of a techno-strategic paradigm shift from the current technology available. And we are looking in the context of how we can provide a zonal clean air in terms of to the marketplaces, transportation hubs, schools, hospital premises, residential clusters, industrial clusters, park or playgrounds. And these are not envisioned to be a completely city cleaners. Okay. And this is the schematic of the upcoming air cleaner system at Delhi, which is going to be installed at 2 places, Anand Vihar, as well as in the second place is Connaught Place. And these are funded by 2 different funding agencies, Central Pollution Control Board and Delhi Pollution Control Committee. And again, we want to highlight here, it delivers the clean air to a population living in the vicinity of the facility and limited defined domain of action, and which makes it attractive for the pilot study. And it is not going to clean the entire Delhi, but it is going to really we are going to determine as a part of this study how much area it can impact. Okay, and Professor Maya has already explained, and this is based on the principle of filtration. And the basic mechanisms of working here is the polluted air is sucked from the top of the tower, and the polluted air, then here we have a filter assembly, and the polluted air is trapped in this filter assembly and which are driven by the fans. And the clean air is delivered into the breathing zone. And then after the cleaning air come out at a certain velocity, we are trying to estimate how much area it can clean. Okay, this is very simple mechanism based on filtration and delivering at a clean breathing zone. And again, as Professor Maya discussed, that filter system is the heart of the system. Okay, and it has to be a special design filter so that we do not have to replace time to time immediately. And it is a electrostatic based filtration system. So there are 2 important aspects of this filtration system. One is called the pre-filter, which will capture the particulate matter larger than 10 micrometer. Much bigger particles will be captured there before it goes to the second filter, which is called the fine filter, which will capture the particle up to the several nanometer, including the PM 2.5. So these are special design filter, and the special arrangement of filter is very, very important from performance point of view. If you can see, these are double shape pleated to increase the filtration area by 10 times and 16 times, and filtration efficiency is expected at 90%. So the arrangement and the design of the filter assembly has been very, very critical for the performance delivery. And you can see here, this is the kind of a sketch, a 3D view of the tower we have envisioned, and the work is ongoing. I think you can clearly see a little bit visual picture of that. So now, we have done all these important aspects, and the design has been done by the Tata Projects Limited, which will be talked after my talk. And now, how we are going to evaluate the performance of the system. Okay, the left-hand side graphs, you can see this is in the actual location. This is the location of the tower, the small tower. And then these are the different structures. There is a railway station, there is a metro station, and some other structures nearby. And we have designed by taking into this that there are various nodes, various sampling locations will be identified so that where we can put our instrument to measure the particulate matter. Okay, and you can clearly see in the right-hand side, let's say your wind direction is this direction. So we want to design in such a way that more number of nodes will be in the direction of the wind so that we can understand the performance in the wind direction itself. Because it has been found out that in the wind direction itself, the performance can be increased. The radius of influence or cleaning area will be increased in the air direction. So the measurements of air quality will be before the installation and after the installation of the cleaning system will be done on all the 4 sites. And then it will be operated on various different scenarios. It will be operated on various operating scenarios so that we can evaluate the performance at different time under different operating conditions as well. Okay, so and these are some of the very high-end quality instrument. This is called scanning mobility particle sizer, which can measure the size distribution up to very few nanometers, which are coming from different sources like the traffic sources or other high combustion sources. And these are also dust track and BAM. These are the portable instrument which will be operated around the tower so that we will move around and try to measure the performance. And these are the low-cost sensors, which will be a network of low-cost sensors will be put around the tower so that we can continuously measure the particulate matter performance around the tower. and over a period of time, and we can accordingly, based on these measurements, we can optimize the operation of the tower. And this is again, as I mentioned here, we have a real-time data acquisition system which will be deployed so that we can understand in live what is the particulate matter, what is the performance of the tower. And at the same time, we are also deploying the weather station to understand the meteorology of that area so that we can understand the wind direction, wind speed, and many more parameters like relative humidity, temperature, and many other things. So real-time data acquisition analysis for the will be done. So in this case, so then second thing is we want to do the modeling to understand what exactly we are going to predict.
Your voice is broken.
Yeah, hello. Hello, Manoranjan sir. I think we are not able to hear you. Sir, can you please join in and connect, rejoin so that you might be facing some network issues. Therefore, this is being occurring. Yeah, we are really sorry for the inconvenience caused. Let's just wait for a few minutes and let Manoranjan sir rejoin again. So yeah, hello. I think we are facing some issues with the Manoranjan sir. He might be having a different bad weather area in his area, weather conditions in his area. So now we can go on forward. I would like to call upon Mr. Somnath Nandan sir to address upon the students and also to speak few words about the have a detailed discussion about the smoke tower, which is a joint collaboration between IIT Bombay and also Tata Projects.
Manoranjan sir
Hello,
is here.
I'm back.
Because, yeah.
Can I finish in couple of minutes only?
Okay, no issues. You can go on with your
Sorry,
presentation.
there is a issue little bit.
No issues, sir. We understand, and you can go on with the presentation. That would be
Yeah.
great.
Yeah, okay. Is the slides are visible? Hello?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes,
Yeah.
sir. They are visible.
So okay, I think we discussed a little bit about various instruments we are deploying, and now we are doing the modeling to determine the cleaning area around the system, and the performance is affected by various factors such as wind flow, velocity, direction, atmospheric turbulence, meteorological parameters, then pollution load in the atmosphere, because the pollution load changes from season to season, day from different times of the day, as well as different weeks also. And the complexity of the scale and number of meteorological parameters, phenomena, and topography of the region. Topography means basically you have various buildings around the system and various various sources, various industry around the system. All this complexity has to be taken into consideration while evaluating the performance. And actually in air quality domain, there are various types of models available, such as meteorological models, dispersion model. All these different models are available, but considering the situation of the system, all these models are not applicable. And we are, because of this first of a kind, we are trying to go for a Eulerian grid-based model based on computational fluid dynamics, which can really take into account the fluid flow at different grids and estimate the pollutants. So we are taking a very advanced approach, numerical approach, and computational fluid dynamics, and in which we are solving the mass, momentum, and energy equations. And the input to this solver is basically the air cleaning tower, exterior geometry, clean air delivery rate, velocity, the meteorology, topography, major concentration, and then finally we are estimating the spatial and temporal pollutant profile and also determine the clean air zone. And then these are some of the basically mathematical framework behind this. And this is basically a Navier-Stokes equation which provide basically the velocity profile at different grid around the tower. And then the velocity profile, which is derived from this Navier-Stokes equation, is an input to the species transport equation. And this is basically advection diffusion transport equation, which is used to determine the concentration profile around the tower. And again, the new distinguished aspect of this is basically we have a tower and we have a cleaning flow happening from the tower and then dispersing and cleaning the area. So this is the numerical approach we are taking. And now, and this is the basically some of the results from our work with University of Minnesota. And we can say that wind is happening in different directions. You can see northwest wind, northeast wind, southeast wind, and this. And you have see the color code. The color code 1, which indicates basically the red. The red means is the polluted area completely, and other different colors here. Other different colors here, you can see the yellow and the green. Then the blue is the most cleaning area. So that means under different wind direction, you can see different amount of performance, different amount of cleaning can happen. Based on the wind direction, you can clearly see that in the significant wind direction, the cleaning area expected is significantly higher. And you can see the plume of the air and all this. And then now also, if you look at the vertically, how much cleaning area expected, and this is a vertical profile of the particulate matter concentration along the wind direction with all the 4 sides. And you can clearly see from again, the color code is same. So you can determine up to what height. This is up to 0 to 100 meter height scale. And you can clearly see these are some of the buildings. You can see how much height from the ground it can clean and how much cleaning can be expected. And much more work is ongoing to understand the optimized operation of the tower. And the tower is going to be commissioned in June. Then after that, we're going to get the real-time information and which will be used in the model to validate the model. And then we can be used for estimating, optimized operation of the tower, as well as also it can be used for estimating the number of towers that may be required to clean entire Delhi, or maybe if we want to put a new system in different place, how we have to design a system so that we can be very, very effective. And with this, I want to summarize my talk here. A medium-scale air cleaning system is envisioned to reduce the particulate matter pollution, and it is an interdisciplinary collaborative project between Minnesota, University of Minnesota, Tata Projects Limited, and IIT Bombay. And performance monitoring will be done by deploying various high-quality PM measuring instruments. Numerical simulations such as computational fluid dynamics is undergoing and will be validated with the actual measurements for HES operation optimization. And this study will provide a benchmark developmental tool for future technologies and help in selecting suitable system and number of smoke tower for a given region and zone. And thank you so much, and thank you so much to the organizers for this opportunity to talk about this project. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir. This was a very enlightening lecture where we got to know about the different pilot study that assess for the assessment of reducing air pollution. So now I would like to call upon Somnath sir, Mr. Somnath Nandan, to address upon and talk about the his views on the Smoke Tower project as well.
Yes. Whether my screen is visible?
Yeah, yes, sir. Your screen is totally visible.
Yeah, okay. So good morning all, and thank you to the organizer for giving us the opportunity to explain about this project. This is one of the very exciting projects we are involved in, not in terms of its value or the volume, but in terms of its importance to the society and to the current burning problem of this air pollution. Okay, so
One second, sir. One second.
So I will tell about the project brief, background, development of technology, design and 3D models, site photographs, and rendered view. So thank you, Dr. Maya and Dr. Sahu, to explain about the principles of this project and the scientific background of this. So we will. So my talk will be based on how Tata Project is involved and implemented this project to a reality actually. So if you see the project, it is a medium scale air cleaning system, and our client is Central Pollution Control Board and Delhi Pollution Control Committees. So Central CPCB is in charge of the tower at Anand Vihar in Delhi, and DPCC is in charge of the tower at Connaught Place, that is at Rajiv Chowk. Yeah. Then our licensor, as our previous speakers have already mentioned, it is the University of Minnesota and the Clean Air. And we have a tripartite MOU between CPCB, IIT Bombay, and TPL, and also another similar thing, DPCC, IIT Bombay, and TPL. And also, if you see the schedule is about 11 months, and we have 2 locations already mentioned. The current status is that the engineering is complete. Filter media from 3M US arrived at the Mumbai port, and it is getting transported to the site, and the construction activities are in full swing. So this is very multifaceted project in terms of various people or various stakeholders. They are doing various things. So all are coming under the umbrella of TPL to interface and integrate the whole thing and give the final product. So if you see the IIT Bombay, they're responsible for identifying the suitable technology, technical guidance, field experiments. Once the tower is in operation, then the modeling simulation to validate the data analysis, and the final report submission to our client, which is CPCB and DPCC. Now in TPL, we are actually coordinating with University of Minnesota, and their licensed partner is the Clean Air LLC. So they are giving us the basic engineering of the tower in terms of the dimension and the height, specification of fan, control, philosophy, the flow instruments, the specification for the data acquisition, and the filter system and engineering. From TPL side, we are doing the engineering, that is the tower detail drawing, plot plan, layout, foundation, office block, electric fans, load list, electrical design, transformer, switch gear, and the control system and the data acquisition system. Execution team, they are doing the normal execution like site preparation, survey, civil work, tower supply, fabrication, fans, erection, transformer, switch gear, power cabling, lighting, and the commissioning facility. Am I audible clearly?
Yes, sir, you are audible.
Yeah, okay. And then once it is in operation, so there will be operation and maintenance issues. So that has to be decided by the TPL. Has the capability to do the O&M also, but we are waiting for the client to confirm that whether they want to do themselves or they want to assign the task to Tata Projects. So we can do the commissioning and the maintaining the whole facility for next 4 years on a AMC basis. If you see the program is a very fast track project, and from the date of MOU, we have to complete the project and hand over, including the commissioning within 11 months. Excuse me. And if you see, it is monitored by the Supreme Court. So if you search in the net, you will find the Supreme Court is taking monthly and weekly report, and they are currently satisfied with the progress. So it starts from the memorandum of undertaking, then the purchase order to the University of Minnesota and the CCL, then basic engineering and ordering the filter, fan, then completion of design in the 5th month, and start the tower assembly, delivery of fan and filter, and the erection of filter and fans. So currently we are in the 7th and 8th month kind of time, and we are more or less in the progress. And the commissioning will start from between 10th and 11th month. Yeah, so this is the site you can see on the top, Anand Vihar, and the bottom Connaught Place before starting our project. And in terms of the background, the first 4 points are already explained very in detail and very nicely by Dr. Maya and Dr. Sahu. So I will start from the bottom, the fourth point. The Supreme Court has given the order on 13 January 2020 for installation of the smog tower Anand Vihar, and CPCB has approved the IITB's EOI and sanctioned the EPC fund on 28th of Jan. And there they have CPCB has commissioned NBCC, National Building Construction Corporation, as their PMC as a implementing agency and disbursing of their funds. So air quality data will be monitored for 2 years after tower installation. And DPCC, it is written slightly wrong. So DPCC also invited IITB and TPL, and we are also constructing the tower for the DPCC at Connaught Place. I think the development of technology, it is a solar assisted large scale air cleaning system in Xi'an 2016. Then the middle one is a second generation, small scale air cleaning system at Yancheng 2017. And third generation is at Taiwan in 2018. I think there are some scratches coming on my screen, so I'm not able to see the text.
1 second. It's a request to all the attendees to please do not annotate. And I guess, sir, in the more option while you're sharing the screen, please click on the more. There is an option of disable attendee annotation.
Sorry?
If we found that someone is annotating, we'll directly kick him from the more.
So what I need to do?
Click on the more option while you're sharing. There is a horizontal tapping of the Zoom while you're sharing.
Okay. So I'll stop sharing.
Yeah.
Then it is sharing only for host.
You can share it now or not?
Yeah, I can share it now.
Yeah. Share the screen.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, you can share the screen. Yeah, you can share.
Right. Okay. Is it visible now?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So it is a very much multifaceted interdisciplinary project. If you see on the left hand side, the disciplines involved are environmental, civil, structural, mechanical, electrical, control and instrumentation, plumbing, integrated building management system, IBMS, and architectural. On the right side, it is a huge amount of coordination and interface required between the licensors in the USA, which is the University of Minnesota and Clean Air Corporation, IIT Bombay, and also IIT Delhi is involved in some structural design approval and also some review. Then the filter manufacturer in USA, it's a 3M. We are procuring the material filter from 3M. Fan is from the FLACT group in India. And there are various vendors like control and instrumentation data acquisition system, like Siemens and other companies. Then project execution team. Then we have the client and the client nominated PMC, which is NBCC. So this is the scheme or sketch we have received from our licensor. So you can see left hand side is a 28 meter by 28 meter square foundation, on top of which there is a flat base, which is a roof of 4.2 meter. There is still roof structures, and within the roof there are filter bay and also the fans. So the total tower height from this drawing, you can see it is about 20 meter, 23.5 meter. On the right hand side, you can see the flow direction is given. So the air is coming from top and it is filtered through passing through the filters, and then it is going out through the fans. So the design principle, again, this has been explained by Dr. Maya and Dr. Sahu. So I would say that, I'm not repeating here again. Yeah. So from the sketch, which you have seen in this drawing, we have developed through our engineering team, and we have various kinds of engineers, softwares and tools. And we have come up with this farm design with various dimensions. So left hand side, you can see there's a typical section. So the central portion, the chimney kind of thing, is the tower, on top of which there is a tower cap. and the grills, and it's 8 by 8 meter tower. So below the 8 by 8 meter tower, there is a sloped flow straightener which will direct the flow towards the filter. And once the filter bay is there, after that there is a bay of fans. So right hand side you can see some 3D view, which I will show in my next slide.
Excuse me, sir.
Yeah.
Sir, what I suggest is I can share the screen on behalf of you so that the annotations are not made. I can see that some of the persons are still doing the
Yeah, you can do
annotation.
that. You can do
Yeah,
that. Yeah.
okay. You can stop share. Yeah. Is it visible? Yeah. Sir, is it visible?
It is visible. If you can go, you are going through PowerPoint.
Yeah, it is the PDF, and I
It is
will
a
just
PDF.
lower
If
it.
you go
Yeah.
to full screen, then
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I think it's good to go. Right?
okay.
Yeah. Okay.
So we have developed a 3D model, and it is a very complex model because we need to satisfy the functional requirement of this project. In terms of the dimension, internal dimensions, in terms of the smooth surface, in terms of the curvature, and all these things. So left hand side you can see the central portion is the floor straightener, and then outside these corrugated things, these are the filter bays. So as professors have mentioned, so there are primary filter and then the final filter, and then this filter itself are corrugated, and also the whole arrangement is also corrugated, so that you get the maximum surface area within this thing. And once you come out from this filter, then you have the on fourth side you can see the fans. So there are about 40 fans stacked, 5 in each level. So there are 2 levels, 5 on top of the other 5. And if you see it's a very enclosed system. So there are a lot of sliding doors, and the dimensions are maintained so that the access is possible, because these filters need to be replaced or cleaned. And there will be a lot of instruments, electrical, equipments are there inside for maintenance purpose. And also need to consider about the heat generated, and also the thermal, monitoring. All these things will be there inside the tower base. Right side, you can see the isometric view. So you can see the 4 columns at the central. So these 4 columns are supporting the tower. Then the air is flowing through the flow straightener, and it is coming to the filter, and it passes through the filter, and then the fan is actually sucking the air and throwing it out, the clean air. So that's the principle. Next slide, please. Yeah, so sorry, go back one. Go back. Next, please. Yeah, that's fine. So this is the Anand Vihar location, the progress at the site. Top left, you can see the barricade. Now, if you see the barricade, it is 10-meter height barricade, because the CPCB has directed that no pollution should be caused by any construction activity. And actually it is a system which will actually reduce the pollution. So we are creating a barricade around, and our work is going on. So we have reached the foundation level, and now the tower construction going on. Top right, you are seeing the fan assembly. So these are the 2 racks. So bottom there will be 5 fans, and on top of the steel frame there will be another 5 fans. That is only on one side. So the same thing will be there on the 4 sides. Bottom middle portion, you can see the steelwork fabrication is ongoing, because the bottom structure is supported by steel column, steel roof. Next, please. Next slide, please. Okay. Now, if you see that this filter, so the filter from assembly look like this. So this is currently under fabrication at the workshop offsite somewhere. And we have got some sample filters. So you can see the pre-filters and the final filters. So these filters are on a corrugated shape like this, which you can see from the left and the middle drawings. And these filters need to be removable, and also need to be airtight when it is in place, so that there will be no air leakage. And you can see the height of this thing, it is quite tall. Right one is we have received the fan delivered at site, and we have mounted one fan, and the similar way another fan will come at the bottom, and there will be the number of fans. So next slide, please. Yeah, so before the fan delivered at site, we do the fan tested at the manufacturer's facility. And so it is checked against a lot of design parameters in terms of airflow, in terms of heating, in terms of its performance and other quality features. And there will be a lot of attenuators there to reduce the sound also in front of the fan. Next slide, please. Now this tower is coming in the middle of very busy locations. It is at the heart of the Anand Vihar, where you have the Anand Vihar main railway stations. There is the elevated metro, which is Anand Vihar metro elevated metro station, and there is a construction going on for the underground metro station, which will on top of the underground metro station. There will be a hotel and a commercial building on top of the station. So that means the three sides of these things are got a very populated transport hub: underground metro, elevated metro, office building, and Anand Vihar. So that means if you remember what Dr. Sahu's presentation one plan, there is a flow simulation model going on. So then that you will realize that this how much important it is when it is in operation and all the metro station, other things are working. So how many people will be visiting around? So it will be a good example or good location in terms of pilot study to see the benefit it can give. So left hand side, you see the rendered view, the fans are visible. Then there is a clock kind of thing. And on the right hand side, other two sides, there will be a digital display, which will display like the way you have a display on IIT Bombay's gate, that what is the pollutant control at the inlet point, outlet point, temperature, humidity, all these things will be visible. So people can see how the air filtration system is working. Next slide, please. Yeah, this is the isometric view of the same thing, how it looks. On the top, you can see that there's a complete steel structure which will be fabricated off-site, and with a crane, we will put the whole thing. There are grills so that the bars and other things will not go inside. And so because there will be a lot of airflow suction from the top. Next, please. Yeah, so this is the whole site, how it will look. So to support this main tower, there are a lot of offices you can see otherwise. We have the office for storage of filter, for the data acquisition system, for the display boards, and there is a substation to power this. There is a huge power requirement to run this, all the fans. Okay, so there is a power requirement, and there is a fencing all around because so many fans will be running. So it should be protected from the public. And these fencings we are doing not to obstruct the airflow also, considering this in mind. Yeah, so hopefully, in another 3-4 months time, in Delhi or in the newspaper, you can see what you are seeing on the screen today. Next, please. Yeah, so that is, I think, the final slide. So it's a unique project, industry academia collaboration. So you see that there is a scientific concept, and this concept comes through the Tata Projects engineering team, and we have actually drawn it to a reality. And now the construction is ongoing, and there's a huge amount of interface between different stakeholders and disciplines. And then this is a good example of a POC, proof of concept, now implemented at actual scale. So we understand from professors' presentation that huge parametric studies and particle monitoring will be done with these models, and along with the model from the data available from this cleaning system. And it will give good understanding of efficiency of subsystem in various climatic conditions. And the pollution due to high particulate matter content is of real concern. We all know that, Delhi, Gurgaon, people are now living, they're thinking of living because of this problem. And the satisfactory performance of this system should provide us a new tool to deal with it. From Tata Project side, we are very excited and we are very privileged to have this opportunity to build something, which will give a very good impact to our society and will deal with a current burning problem. And this is another view, and thank you. Over to the organizer organizer, and thank you all for patient hearing.
Yeah, thank you, sir. Thank you, Mr. Somnath, sir, and all the students, those who are present here. And really, in today's time, I think the pollution has been a major reason why we are facing such many health issues, especially in the areas like Delhi. And we can also confirm the fact that India has the most number of polluted cities. So the need of a smog control tower in today's time, I think we should go forward and support this idea suggested by Tata Projects and also the different colleges associated with it, along with IIT Bombay and University of Minnesota. And apart from that, I thank all the presenters for being there, taking out time, making such beautiful presentations, which we think was very difficult in such a span of time. And also, we have not only known about what smog tower is, but also we got an holistic overview about its technicalities and also its requirement in today's time. So I would like to thank each and every presenter, and also the other supporters from Tata Projects, that is Deepanjali, who have been constantly supporting me. And thank you one and all. So we have now posted the link for the attendance, and the students who are present here, or the persons who are present here, attendees, can fill the form and give us the feedback for today's presentation. Yeah, thank you one and all.
Okay, so shall we log off, or?
Yeah, I think Shubham, you can. I think Shubham is present here. Shubham, you can go on presenting the video of Tata Projects, and the students, after filling the form, can log off, and also the presenters. Thank you each and everyone for
Okay,
being
thank
present
you.
today.
Thank you
Yeah.
all. Thank you, Dr. Maya, Dr. Sahu.
Yeah, thanks again from IIT side to you, TPL, Somnath, and you for organizing this wonderful thing and giving us an opportunity to speak. Thanks again.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, organizers. Thank you, Tata Projects. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thanks a lot to the presenters and the organizers. Thank you.
Yeah.
So we can leave now, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Thank you. Yeah.
Thank you, sir.
Technology is revolutionizing the world as we know it.
Shubham, just
Tata Projects is pioneering.
So now we will be having the corporate presentation from 2 p.m. It is a break from 12 to 2 p.m. right now. So you can be in this meeting or join again at 2 p.m. Okay. Thank you.